There we go. I lost my controller. Can't believe I lost my controller. Anyway, good day, mates. I'm Felorius, and welcome to the Talos Principle. This game is a game by a crew team who are the same company who made the Serious Sam games.
Child, you are risen from the dust, and you walk in my garden.
Oh my god.
Hear now my voice.
Literally.
And know that I am your maker, and I am called Elohim. Seek
Oh,
me in
Elohim,
my
where are
temple,
you?
if you are worthy.
I am unworthy. O great Lord, where art thou? Please caress me to your bosoms and show me your everlasting beauty and desire. Oh. It appears you have no head, Lord, because every statue I see around here has no head. This is a beautiful game, and the controller, it's not very smooth. I'll get used to it probably. It's a bit jittery though. Not like frames per second jittery, but like just doesn't feel right. I'm not quite sure what it is. Anyway. Ooh. Maybe I should play with the mouse and keyboard instead. Might be a little bit more smoother. Anyway, is anyone able to type in the chat so that I know that chat is actually working tonight? Because I have no idea. So as I was saying, it's a game made by the company who made Serious Sam, and it's stylized in like a puzzle game, kind of like Portal without being Portal, without portals. So that's right. You can't. You have to turn it off to pick it up. So that's the jammer. It's used to jam any mechanical devices, including force fields, as you can tell. Any machinery or anything like that that's moving will also get jammed by it. That soundtrack, though. Ah, like that thing over there. Yes. So these things, they pretty much mean instant death. Yeah. At which point you'll be returned to wherever, like, I think it's a preset amount of time, I'm not sure. Or it might be the fact that it saves when you go through these portals, but it goes back to there. I can't remember. It's been so long since I've played this game before. But, just love the way this game looks. Everything down to the way that the architecture looks in the places, the music. Everything is amazing. So you can use this thing to jam these things, so you can just kind of walk past them. And then we take this jammer, and we have a turret up here that will clearly blow my head off if it notices that I'm walking in front of it. And we'll stick that there. There we go. No problemo. Ooh, what's this? A QR code. I don't know where I am, but this is something beautiful about this place. I will explore and see what I can discover. Ooh. Very snazzy. Moving along.
All across this land, I have created trials for you to overcome. And within each, I have hidden a sigil.
Oh.
It is your purpose to seek these sigils, for thus you will serve the generations to come and attain eternal life.
Eternal life? Ooh, there is nothing more fine than eternal life. Especially when you're whatever I am supposed to be. Oh, that opens up the journal. Okay. I am not entirely sure what the controls are, because as I said, I think it's been like 2 years since I've touched this game. Because I had played it just before I started making my YouTube channel. And then I was like, well, I've just freshly passed the game, so it'd be stupid to make a series on it. I find myself in a world of impossible architecture and inexplicable machines. I cannot fathom how it works, and I am terrified to put one foot in front of the other, lest I fall through the floor. It's by a program or robot called Faith. Just take in the surroundings. So this game was made in 2014. And it looks absolutely beautiful, I reckon. So the first place I can see about going is probably through here. And as you can see, you've got these things, which are sigils. You use them to unlock doors. Once you've collected all of the individual sigils, you'll be able to unlock the door corresponding to that colour. So, for example, there's a door that requires more to actually activate. And to activate it, I need to go get the other ones from these different paths. So it's a very simple gating mechanism, and I quite like it. Agreed. I'm glad to see that the chat is working. Oh yeah, that's right. Why am I trying to disable that? That is kind of silly. Can I bring it through there? No, I can't. That's right. Okay, so use it to jam that then. But I actually played through the promotional game for this as well, which was the Sigils of Elohim as well, which was entirely just arranging tetronomos to complete the blocks. As you can see, there's the tetronomo or sigil. Uh-oh. Yeah, that could have been bad. Okay, so I'm gonna need to jam that gate. There we go, jam away. And we'll grab ourselves this other one. Yeah, and I actually find them quite relaxing, surprisingly enough. Actually, I want to use one of them to jam that, and then use the other one to jam the second one, I believe. There we go. So there's nothing over here. And here we have our first sigil. Oh yeah.
You will not need this sigil to open the gate to my temple.
Ooh.
But it may serve you in times to come.
O great Elohim, you are both wise and omnipotent. Please tell me my purpose in life, so that I may better serve you, my lord. Ah, okay, thank you. I can move faster by holding down shift. Suddenly a bit of lag. What the hell? That was definitely not my computer doing that either. Only the two of us. So the sigil's over there in that courtyard, and it's guarded by a turret. And to get through, if you've ever played through the full of this game, then Elohim is yeah. He's got his good sides and he's got his bad sides. But he also has his misleading, trying to protect you when you don't actually need to be protected kind of sides. Here we go, there we go. Aha. I don't actually remember the layouts of all these levels either, so I only remember the mechanics.
The shapes you are collecting are not mere toys.
No?
They are the sigils of our name.
Ooh.
Each brings you closer to eternity.
They're the sigils of our name. He makes it sound so, so mystifying. But I have to say, like, literally the best part of this game is not necessarily the puzzles, but just the world around. It's so... It feels like a location, and it makes you wish you could get out and explore, even though, of course, there wouldn't really be much outside the boundaries, but they put so much attention into the detail that even though they're just basic laid out levels, they were able to decorate them in such a way that they feel more than just what they are. Okay, so I've got that sigil. I don't think there's any more through there. And the good thing is as you get them, it marks them off on each of the signs as well. Which means you don't have to worry about whether you've accidentally go back into an area again. So we got 3 sigils through there. I believe that's the only location to go now. Oh, indeed. That's the thing about games in general, is a lot of the times you can pass off very simple mechanics if you put enough effort into the details, so that people are spending most of the time looking at the place and less of the time noticing how simple the mechanics actually are. And on the other hand, you can also make good games with very advanced mechanics and very simple graphics. Sometimes balancing it isn't necessarily the best way of doing things. And sometimes they just focus too much on the visuals, and then there's really like no gameplay at all. I think the puzzle genre is probably the best genre for having good, beautiful scenery. Can be perfectly fine because most of the game is literally in the simple mechanics of the gameplay. Oh, that's the entrance. What am I doing? So you got that turret. We're gonna be able to get up there. Pretty sure I saw one of those things. Yeah, right there. And that will deactivate the turret, so I can now take the jammer with me. But I agree, and it's where Portal went well as well. Was the gameplay is not overly complicated. It was unique, but it wasn't overly complicated, and but I think the only thing that fell short was that there wasn't enough.
Only one more sigil is needed.
There's not enough visual interest in the first game, but the second game they improved on that a lot. And I think this game kind of learns from the failings of the first Portal game, and make sure to put plenty of interesting things to look at, so as you don't get bored with the mechanics at all, or bored with the look of the place. I'm trying to think of other puzzle games that I've played that have good visuals and engaging gameplay. Okay, so we got a turret. We've got another one of those ball things. The Witness. I don't think I've actually played The Witness. So we got the turret. I think what I want to do is I want to bring ball out, and then when it's out, is there a second one of these in there maybe, or around here, or maybe, because if I jam the gate and I walk through, I'm just going to get shot by the turret, so there must be a second one around here somewhere. Even if I'm ignoring the ball, I still need a second one. Oh, hello. My bad. Apparently I have no idea what I'm talking about. It's a case of letting the ball out. And then keeping it on the other side. There we go. Now I'm thinking with not portals. Or should I say, now I'm thinking without portals.
My temple awaits you, child. Go forth.
I'm gonna have to look at that. Because I'm not actually too interested in, like, current big title games, because they tend to have... They lack on both fronts. Like, let's look at Call of Duty, for example. It's very simple mechanics, and the mechanics have never changed.
My child, you do not need to collect all sigils at once. You are free to return to this place whenever you choose.
And in general, the locations aren't necessarily visually appealing either. And it's the same kind of thing in most AAA titles, whereas these kind of smaller games, I get more fun out of them. And they become more memorable because they're not mass-produced franchises. See, that's what I like too, is not being on a tight schedule, because a lot of times that's the problem. You have a tight schedule, and oh shit, that didn't work. You be on a tight schedule, and
the guardians of this land may harm you, but do not resent them, for they are my servants, and they challenge you only so that your faith might be strengthened.
I am sorry, my lord. I hath angered your servants. What was I saying? A tight schedule is often the killer of most games. The game might have like a good idea, good story and all that, and then it gets killed by bugs or because bits of the game were particularly rushed that probably shouldn't have been rushed. Okay, so I need the ball to go in there. Yeah, there's nothing in there. Saw nothing. Whereas we've often found with things that take a lot of years to produce, like, for example, the Avatar movie, that took many years to produce, and it ended up being a really well designed, if rather cliched movie. For example,
You are most diligent. Perhaps this trait will serve you well in times to come.
Thank you, O Lord. I'm glad that you are pleased with my progress. If you can recommend any other good puzzle games as well, I wouldn't be adverse to trying them out. Okay, well, as I spent over 40 hours. Oh, it's nice when a game can give you 40 hours worth of gameplay. Most games are lucky if they can give you a couple of hours before you start to run into the repetitiveness. Okay, so I think I've got all the sigils in this area. It's a case of moving on. Oh, thank you for pointing out exactly where I need to put it. Ah. That is such child's play, because the Sigils of Elohim promotional game, which you can actually download for free on Steam, is literally just solving these, but the base level ones are harder than this. My eyes have been opened. This world is not without order. It is shaped by a great designer with signs and portents to guide my steps. I am one of his children, and challenges are set before me to test my faith. Well, of course, you're called Faith. Whatever the end goal of this grand challenge is, it's far out of reach. Knowing that, how are we supposed to resist distraction? I can kind of agree. It's a very distracting land. Ooh. Boop, boop. That seems to be where my knowledge ends. For now, I do not. I do know people who like blocky simplicity of anti-chamber because of how it subverts your expectations, but I haven't gotten into it. Which is hilarious, because literally today I recorded a video of playing Antichamber, and I agree. I think it lacks. But I know what they were trying to do. They were trying to make it so you focus more on the gameplay, but it feels unfinished as far as gameplay goes, and then the visuals are just. Yeah, there's like not enough visuals to keep me stimulated. Hello world. Ha ha ha. Type help for a list of available commands. Hey look, directory command. Ah, okay, never mind. What do we got? List of available resources, open file name. Help shows this text. Run MLA allows the Milton Library Assistant, and exit closes the terminal session. So I've actually passed this game before, and it was well worth it. I can tell you now, is I remember that playing through this whole game, it kept you enthralled through the whole thing, and then you got to the end and you felt so satisfied. And yet, you felt kind of emotional as well. I can remember that. But, what do we want? We want a list. Ooh. We have, I think that's an email. Hi again. I'm sorry if I was a little odd at the meeting. I know you were nervous, but the truth is that so was I. This may be hard to believe, but you intimidate me. You're so young and you've already accomplished so much. If the situation wasn't so grim, I might even be jealous. There's also something I wanted to clarify. I realize that, nominally speaking, I'm head researcher here, but this is your project and everyone will respect that. And yes, I know, you're not used to working like this, but as of today, you're in charge. No pressure. Okay. So what do we get from that? So this is very odd, finding a computer in a place like this, but it ties into explaining the world that this is located in. And these are the computers that are all connected together. I can't really expand on it without spoiling some of the plot, but you've got these little messages and stuff. The way I see it, the world doesn't come with a manual. You've got to figure it out for yourself, a bit here, a bit there, put it together. Try to make sense of it. I'm pretty sure there is a truth. But that doesn't mean everyone who claims to know it really does. Then again, what doesn't have to be a bad thing? Oh, that doesn't have to be a bad thing. We live in an amazing world, and searching for the truth can be a real adventure. Plus, it's good for the brain. Anyway, just some rambling thoughts for your old man. From your old man. Don't let this stuff get you down. You're young. You've got loads of time to figure it all out. Love, Dad. Hoo hoo hoo. Message like that suggests that it's completely counter to the events that are going on. Welcome, figure it out. Athena 6. Chapter 6, Athena in the Garden of Hesperides. The witness leans away from things like story and dying and music. Maybe this game is the opposite. The music is great. The story, actually the story is well told. The dying well integrated. I really appreciate this game for its counterpoints. That's kind of a thing that's lacking in a lot of games as well, is having a soundtrack that can really suck you into the game. So, as I was saying with the beautiful graphics of this game, it sucks you in for being a very immersive environment, but it also, the sounds and the music do so much to add to the environment. I'm trying to think of another game that did that as well. To a lesser extent, Spore did that well for maybe the first time around, only because after you've played it a couple of times it becomes heavily repetitive, but it had a soundtrack that was interesting. It had events that happened throughout play that tried to keep the game interesting, but then that game kind of fell flat because it was on a bad time schedule, and of course changes were made, ordered by the people above, that caused the end product to be nothing like it was going to be in the first place. Alright, so we may as well run the Milton Library Assistant. I am going to have to check out The Witness. It sounds like a very good game. Hello guest, how can I help you today? Your query. Help. You'll have to be more specific than that. I respond best to subject, verb, object syntax. Can you help me? That is what I'm here for. What would you like help with? Describe your functions. The Milton Library Assistant is designed primarily to sort and classify data in the library archive. Secondarily, it facilitates user interaction with library resources via an intuitive human language interface. It also provides powerful networking and troubleshooting functions. Ooh. So it's basically like Navi the Fairy, except less annoying, hopefully. So we're inside a library. I would assume that we're being stored digitally, maybe, or that this is some big construct. What are these terminals? Terminals provide access to the library resource archive. Well, of course. How long has this system been running? Running for, practically forever, I'm going to assume. How old are the library archives? Probably going to say pretty much the same. Library resource publishing dates range from the 1st of July 1995 to the 27th of June 23F. I wonder if either the computer cannot register past 2099 or at some point in 2030 it just stopped working properly. Yes, what is the current status? Because it sounds like there's issues. 47 million resources in archive, taking up 5.4212750 petabytes of disk space. Petabytes. Isn't that? I believe that's the next step above terabytes. I'm not quite sure. But if so, I believe each petabyte would be 1,000 terabytes. So I don't think if petabytes is the next step above terabytes, there really isn't that much data. If you be realistic. That's approximately the size of 30 billion photos, 7 million minutes of HD video, or the entire internet in 2003. Yeah. Not particularly large then. Because in 2003 I doubt the internet was that large. However, the majority of library resources are corrupted or invalid. 10.6 gigabytes of uncorrupted resources are indexed. Really? So you have an archive that was 5.4 petabytes of disk space, and only 10 gigabytes are actually able to be accessed. That is very problematic. Although, I wonder how much you could actually store with 5.4 petabytes of data. Space, rather. Could you perhaps store the entire sequence of a human? So it could be accurately simulated? What caused the data corruption? There we go. That's a good thing to ask. Progressive data corruption is inevitable in any system over time. Additionally, a large number of inconsistencies were detected during sorting, leading to a greater than average data invalidation. Inconsistencies. So it's an old computer that has slowly been failing over the years. Are you able to take offense, you pointless contraption? That's a silly thing. Can you respond to queries on the outside world? My knowledge is limited to the data in the library archives. You can ask about other topics, but my responses may be limited. Okay. Who is Elohim? Elohim is the noun for God or gods in modern and ancient Hebrew. Well, of course it is. So you're literally just giving me the dictionary term. Where am I? Currently in a support session with the MLA Human Language Interface module. Your library archive session may be resumed at any time. Okay. What am I? You're logged in with a guest account. Well, of course. Even if I was a digital copy of myself, this little program here would probably still just identify me as a user. It wouldn't actually be able to quantify what I was. Okay. Sorry, I'm only able to process the respond to basic subject, verb, object, syntax. Okay. Let's try that. You cannot insult me. Well, I'd hope that you couldn't insult a basic computer terminal device, because that would be kind of concerning if you could. In the long run, having a computer that takes offense to what people say would be very unhelpful. Okay, so I can hear a ball. We have one.
Step into the light, child, and my temple will be revealed to you.
Okay. But there's more places. I want to try, at least attempt the last two before I leave this place. Oh, hello. Paint. What do I do with the paint? Paint a message. Sigil locks come naturally to me. Perhaps I have some Russian in my lineage. Tetris joke. I took time to prepare myself for the obstacles in this world. It was time well spent. You could say that. I don't care what people say, I'm just here for the sigil locks. Well, that's why you go play the Sigils of Elohim game. I have no idea what's going on, do you? I'm not the first one to undertake these trials, that much is clear. If you're reading this, then neither will I have been the last. Ooh, yes. Yes, let's be hell cryptic. There we go. Really, really cryptic. I can see that sigil over there. So I'm pretty sure the yellow ones are going to be more difficult than the green ones. Can't walk through there, otherwise I get blasted. And if I grab that, isn't it just going to blow up instantly? Oof. Ah, there we go. That one was very easy. Yes, yes, I know. Hold shift to go faster. This game's very pushy at reminding me that I need to run every now and again. Trio Bombasticus. Yep, definitely not much smart going on here. So what I need is to get all of them out. That's better. Did I... Ah, I still need that. Okay. Oh, God. That was a silly idea. So I know that I need to let all three of them out. I could probably let a third one out. Why? I just realized how silly what I did was. Why did I do it from that end? Always pays to look at things from a different angle. There we go. And that is all the sigils for this world, I believe. Oi, 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 oi. You keep your beeping to a minimum. I think that's all the sigils. And I'm missing a star, apparently. I don't even know where that star is. So every world will have a hidden star that contributes to an event that happens later in the game. And I have no idea where the star is on this world. I believe it's not Yeah, it's not marked on the sign, so you literally have to look around all the levels and work out where it is. Which place is it most likely to be at? I'm gonna guess maybe it's the one with the switch that had a raised platform. Oh yeah. Was it over there? No, I think it was in here. Yeah, switch out of reach. Maybe it's this one. The other thought is them working out where it would be here. If it is here. And this game really does encourage going and hiding in bushes and stuff to see if you can find. Sometimes I find if it looks like a level, they put more effort in its layout. It's normally a good level to check for these kinds of things. What is the function of that robot? Does it have a purpose? Did we see a purpose for it before? Or is it just to blow you up over near where the victory is? I have no idea. I may have to come back to this at a later time, because I am in, so it's not, I don't think it was here. It seemed like the level that it would be in, but then you have to check around all the little nook and crannies. Alright, yeah, I think I'll leave it until later. I'll just continue on. Because otherwise I'm going to be looking around for a couple of hours trying to find this star. Onwards and outwards to the Temple of Elohim.
You walk now upon the stones of my temple, whence many gates lead. And know that I have other temples, for my garden is greater than your eye can encompass. And all these worlds I made for you.
Oh, how noble of you, O great and powerful Lord. So we don't have enough sigils for any of these. Once you complete these, it unlocks these new items for use in levels. And we've almost completed the first stage. So, on to the second. That's so pretty. Although it is starting to show its age now. As you probably could pump a bit more out of the lighting in here, like, especially now that the RTX graphics cards have come out, this game would look amazing with ray tracing. Just having I mean, even the way it is now, simulating the effects, it looks pretty good.
Let this be our covenant. These worlds are yours, and you are free to walk amongst them and subdue them.
Subdue them.
But the great tower, there you may not go.
Oh,
For in
no.
the day that you do, you shall surely die.
Just release the VR version of it. If I had the money for VR, the games I would play, this would definitely be one of them. Because this game already looks very stunning. And being able to do these kind of puzzles in VR would just be amazing. Mounting local disk failed. Okay. Library archive currently unavailable. Our system resources redirected to handle incoming network messages. Okay, so there's network incoming. Network inaccessible. Okay. Hello guests, is there something you'd like help with today? I want you to troubleshoot. I think you'd like help accessing network functions. The most common cause of network problems is holding insufficient account privileges. I don't think those are to do with privileges, normally, those kind of things. If network is inaccessible with just whatever. Admin password to authenticate your privileges. Admin. Not correct. Try again. Let me in. QWERTY. Login aborted. Too many failed attempts. Would you like to create a new admin account? Oh yes, let's do that. In order to prevent unauthorized access to admin controls, please take a moment to prove you are not a bot. You'll now be asked for a series of inputs. To cohere with data protection legislation, you must consent to have your responses used to develop a broad psychometric profile. Raw response data will be deleted immediately. Your profile will only be made available to other administrators. Generating certification part 1, part 1 ready for user input. Please complete all fields. Please answer quickly and instinctively. Time is a factor in this assessment. Alright, let's do this. 3, 2, 1. 1 of 4. 2 plus 2 equals... oh no! It's asking me the difficult questions now. Let me count on my fingers. Oh yes, yes, yes. I was going to go with 5, but I think it is 4. What is your subjective reaction to this image? I think it is a happy face. What best describes a person? A being of negative entropy. A human being, a citizen, a rational animal, a problem-solving system. See, that's the thing about this game, is it also changes your perception of computers and humans and other things, in that you realise that we are nothing but a chemical machine, basically. Yeah, well, it's a problem-solving system. You're walking through the desert and come across a thirsty traveller. Actually, is there any wrong answers to that last question? His eyes bulge from slow dehydration. You have water, but you're not sure how far it is to the next oasis. What do you do? Offer half the water, ignore him, kill him, and collect his blood in a flask for later? That is just a little bit harsh. Offer all the water, ask what you're doing in the desert. Couldn't it be like a multiple things? Like, I'll give him some of my water and then ask what he's doing in the desert? Let's be human. Part 1 of the certification process is now complete. You will receive a notification when Part 2 has been generated. Oh, thank you. Oh, look. Local files, because before it wasn't working. My first day at the Institute for Applied Pneumatics. On the way to work, I'm terrified. What if they don't like me? Thank you for following me, 169. It is very appreciated. On the way to work, I'm terrified. What if they don't like me? What if they're all geniuses and I'm a complete buffoon? Maybe they were just kidding about letting me work there. Trembling, I walk in, and right at the entrance there's a life-size poster of Jeff Goldblum. What the hell? I don't know if I'd be saying what the hell. I think I'd be saying this place is amazing. Jeff Goldblum is amazing. I mean, who wouldn't want a life-size poster of Jeff Goldblum? Then I get it. Institute for Applied Pneumatics. Ian. Dr. Ian Malcolm from the Jurassic Park movies. Jeff Goldblum. Dr. Sarabai. I'm going to assume it's pronounced Sarabai. Or Sarabai. I'm not sure. Shows up smiling. We were trying to find a cool acronym. Back when the Institute was founded, she says. INAN, IAPN, INAPNO, it all sounded stupid, but we didn't just want to call it Ian because, well, that's a name. Then someone made a joke about calling it Jeff, and it kind of stuck, so we're officially called Ian, but if you hear anyone referring to Jeff, that's our internal name. I guess I know, bloody geeks. They're not geeks, they're well-minding people who have good thoughts and good ideas. Ha ha ha. Ooh, Talos principle. Yes. A bunch of philosophy information. Straton of Stratura. So this is what I mean about the game trying to make you question yourself and question everything about life, etc. Anywho, the Athena analysis. Note 1. Novel's first sentence. She woke up in an impossible place, knowing nothing. Signifies more than the beginning of another amnesia-based mystery. Though we should not go so far as to read the entire work as allegory. Rather, while taking the science fictional novice at the core of the narrative at face value, we should... blank. Synthesis. That word is in capitals. So it must be a word that I need to remember for later. Ooh, what's this?
When I was a little girl, one of our teachers, Mrs. Higgins, told us to make a time capsule. Write letters to the future so one day we could remember what it was like to be children. I thought it was stupid, so I didn't do it, which I really regret.
Huh?
So, I guess I'm gonna make one now. Bury it in the archive instead of under a tree. I don't know if anybody will ever find it, but somehow it seems important to keep talking, to keep thinking. for as long as I can.
It is always important to keep talking and keep thinking, whether or not whatever is going to happen is going to happen. I just saw that tree glitch out of existence. Definitely a digital simulation. Where do we start? El Sigil over there. Let's go to that one. Ah, that's not even switched on. Why would you even switch this on? I don't understand. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense to me. Where was that device? There we go. Can you even sneak past there while it's down here? I don't think you can. Nope. That didn't work. Suicide mission. Maybe it's a case of getting it to come after you. Haha! There we go. That's how I want to do it. Get it to use its own stupidity.
Good. You are learning, as is your purpose. But your choices must be your own. Therefore, I will not guide you. Unless it is necessary.
No, Elohim. I need your guidance, for alone I am but a simple man. But with your grace, I am far more than just a mere man. Wow, this level is way bigger to traverse around. Oh, hello. Okay. Why did you make me run up here? That was a little weird. boop, boop. Attention, Part 2 of the certification program has now been generated. Part 2 has been designed to test the consistency of some of your outlier responses in the previous round. You will be presented with a series of statements. Please indicate your agreement where appropriate. Since a person is merely a problem-solving system, we could in principle build a person out of bits of string and tin cans. This is where it tries to make you question your reality. Because what is a person? Your input is being accepted. A person is under no authority other than that which they consent. Well, this is true. Because, realistically, despite the fact that we as humans have authority, unless you truly agree to be governed by that authority, then you aren't really under the authority. Authority only exists as long as people are willing to follow the authority. The quality of life of persons ought to be maximized. Of course. Value is discovered. Ah, yes. You cannot know the value of something without actually understanding what it is. Like, you find a random old book. You just think it's just some old book. You can't understand its value unless you either read the book and find that it has value yourself, or you find out that it has value to someone else. Otherwise it could just be a book that has no value to anyone. Persons deserve the talents they were born into. Look, if you're born into talents, you fully deserve to use your talents. There is no reason why, if you were born with the ability to run fast, you shouldn't deserve to use your ability to run fast. But then again, it also comes into consideration if you think about it more broadly. What about if someone is born with the talent of murdering someone? Do they deserve the talent? Such a deep question. The liberty of persons ought to be maximized. So personal freedoms. I think you should have personal freedoms. Value is created. I agree with that too. A lot of things would not have value if people didn't assign value to it. Thank you. The certification process is now complete. You will receive a notification when your user profile has been generated. Thank you very much, computer. Error. Cannot load archive John Milton. A day off, remember when from sleep I first awakened and found myself reposed under a shade of flowers, much wondering where and what I was. Hence, thither brought and how. Okay. The human machine and our solutions. Ah, yes. This pertains to the storyline. All these calm people driving me mad, have they all suddenly turned into Buddha or something? I didn't know the world had such reserves of serenity. Though these latter-day Gautamas are at least being somewhat realistic. You know what's even worse? Those paranoid nutters who are building bunkers and collecting guns. What are they gonna do? Shoot shit? Though I have to admit, the overall response has been much better than I ever anticipated. To the point where I might be moved by the beauty of humanity if it wasn't such a grumpy old fart. If I wasn't such a grumpy old fart. This minority of total idiots is really messing up my final days. Anyway, the reason I'm writing is because I refuse to believe in scenarios with absolutely no solution. If we all put our heads together, we can figure something out. It'll be crazy, but crazy is better than dead. Crazy is what we do best on this planet. So immediately, I can come to the conclusion that you are inside a computer that is the last vestige of humanity. And these are like the dying messages of the last humans who are probably involved in it. One day you discover that you're not a human being but a machine. Your life so far was real. No one controlled you or programmed you to behave in a specific way. Your physical and mental capacities are identical to those of an organic human being, but you were created in a lab. No one except you knows about this. Your family, your friends, they all think you're a regular human being like themselves. You can continue to live your life the way you've been before. Nothing would change. How do you react? Pay specific attention to these questions. Does your concept of yourself change? Are you the same person you thought you were? Does your understanding of the world itself change? Do you reveal the information to others or do you keep it to yourself? Why? Those are interesting questions. Does the concept of yourself change? Anything that brings light to your personal ability or disability will make you change the way that you conceive yourself. I don't think there is any way of finding out new information about yourself without it somewhat, even slightly, changing your concept. Does your understanding of the world itself change? Maybe. If you found out that you were a robot and that your whole life you were a robot, I don't think it really changes understanding the world. If you have the exact same capabilities of an organic human being, then there is no real change in your understanding of the world. But to see, do you reveal the information to others or do you keep it to yourself? Yeah, probably better keeping that to yourself. Just because... Okay. It's a QR code that has no information. Because if you're like, I don't know how you reproduced, but if your family found out that you were an artificial construct, even they would probably view you somewhat differently. What if they one day accidentally let it slip that you were a robot? Could you trust everyone in your family to keep that secret? I think most people would say they can't really trust anyone with those kinds of considerations. Because of the fallibility of humans, of course. Humans are prone to failure. And failure of confidence is definitely one that they are prone to. On to the next level. Oh boy. What we got? We got one there, one there. Yeah, I almost got myself killed. Oh, what am I waiting for? Ah, I shouldn't be waiting. Ah, now I gotta wait for it to come back again. Because I gotta wait for it to go down that way for me to get the perfect moment to get out. There we go. Jammed. Jammed. Ha 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 ha. This is what happens when you play other games that use similar thought processes. Like playing Antechamber. And the thought is that you should always bring along as many cubes as possible. Oof. Come on, yeah, that's right. Bounce off of that one. There you go. Haha. Nothing behind this tree. Where is the next place? This way, apparently. Ah. Hall of windows. So we have a jammer over here that can see through to various locations. We have a jammer over here that we can take to wherever we need to go. Always be prepared to look around every nook and cranny just in case we find a Easter egg. Jam that one. Jam that one. I'm pretty sure that's it. A lot of these windows are literally just here for the look. I think that was it. Ooh. What's going on with all this area over here? That's completely irrelevant. Ha ha ha. All of A, so I can get through another gate. Okay, so that door's locked. Wonder what's keeping the door locked. Okay, is it where else do I go? Where is the board of levels? Ah! So you got the 3 levels, and then you have the star, which I have no idea where the star is on this level either. I didn't see any indication of it. I'm going to assume it's somewhere out here in this big area, just because there is so much area to explore. So that's level 2 pretty much completed. Level 3. What do we got? So we have 1 easy level, 2 mediums, and a hard. Boop boop. Boop boop. Connecting network drives. Library archive session ready. What do we got? We keep discussing what artificial intelligence would mean to us and how it would change our understanding of the world. That's a great topic, and I think we've covered it extensively. Well, we barely mentioned though is the other side of the coin. I mean, our lives would still be what they were before. AI or no AI, the question I think we should discuss is, even if it's all completely hypothetical, is the perspective of the artificial intelligence itself. So this is just a bit on them considering the ideas of the artificial intelligence. What's this? Team leads. We're blessed to have so many people contributing to this project, but we've got to make sure everyone is on the same page. Okay. The archive team is sharing both physical and digital space with us. If there are any technical issues resolved, please contact their project lead, Arkady Chernyshevsky. Don't worry, he's nice. Ha! Of course, the project lead of the people who made the library is Russian, because that's why all the Tetronymos. More of this. More reasoning why this game is very philosophy based. Alright, which level should I tackle first? I think I'll work my way through the difficulties, starting with the easy. Also, pretty sure there's some relevancy to these markers. Ha ha ha, there is. They have buttons. I wonder... Also another blank QR code. I wonder if anything in this terminal would allow me to deal with that. Is it in there? No. Shadowguns, Shagira. No. Oops. Why did I press escape? Team leads. No. Is there maybe like a time or something that I just need... It's done in Roman numerals. And that's 8. That's 14. So there's quite a few Roman numerals around this courtyard, so I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to do with that. I know I'll have to hit certain buttons. Hey look, there's some paint. Okay, first level. Stashed for later. We have one of the explosive guards with a jammer, which I can't take until I've found another way of disabling it. Ah, look, some keys. Which I'll need to get through that door. Oh. Got it. Got my prize. Alright, let's go back and get the other one. Jam that. Grab the jammer. You jam that for now. Jam that turret. Jam that turret. Bye-bye. Still looking around to see if I can find any hidden things. haven't seen any so far though. Well, that's that level done. I'm gonna go to this one first. Ooh. It's clear I'm not the first to walk this path. In fact, the whole thing seems to have been consciously designed, but by the voice in the sky or some other force. Indeed. My lord, are you the creator of this machination? I mean, you do say that you are, but locked me up, swallowed the key. So this is a very Romanesque designed set of stages. It looks amazing. Anything over here? Aha! We got a locked gate. Yep, it is locked. Which we'll need to unlock because we need to bring that along with us. Aha, key. There we go. Another jammer. There we go. And we're back out again. That was nice. Very simple, but nice. Alright, on to the next level. An escalating problem. Ah, so this is a higher difficulty one. Seek counsel. Ah! I spent much time waiting for the designer to take my hand, until I realized that he had been guiding me all along. I realized that it isn't for me to seek his help, it is for me to help myself. I think, isn't that just everything in general? You don't need the designer to tell you that you should be helping yourself. What is this area for? Well, I found the Tetronimo. Now it's a case of... That's interesting. Now it's a case of... Ooh, scared the bejesus out of me. So there's the thing I need. Damn it. I was gonna trap the damn thing. Still will though. Go on, you stupid ball. Go up into there. Bye. Wondering if I need to tackle this from a specific spot. Oof. Because there's this gate here, window here, which normally means that you need to aim at it from a different location. That'll do. So we have a gate here that requires a key. We have a key. Oop. There we go. Okay, so now it's a case of working out a good spot to be able to switch off the turret. Right there, there we go, that'll do. Oh, but I need to be able to open this. There's no switch around. Does that mean there's a second one? Or is it just that... maybe there's something I'm not considering. Can't get out through there. If I open the door, I'm just going to walk in and get myself blasted. So, how do I get into there without needing to either go through the front thing? So that gate will end up opening when the level's finished. Yeah, because there's no cable at all indicating a switch somewhere where I can hit to turn off that. Turn off this, get killed. So, I mean, I think I'm looking for another one, but I didn't think there was any other ones. I couldn't see any other ones. Did I miss a jammer somewhere? I didn't think I missed a jammer. I hit that from there. Do you mind acting all like you're going to blow my ass up? Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's no other jammers on this level, so I'm kind of confused. Because I need to be able to turn off the thing and get up there. So, is there a way of jumping up to there? Or maybe a way of scaling the wall? Can't jump up there. Is there maybe something over in the area where the key was that I didn't notice? Don't see anything over here that I can use. I'm pretty sure this area over here was just made for the key. Yeah. You just keep moving along. Don't worry about me. The moment I run through there, I'm going to get killed. So what can I do to get over to that side? To get the piece? I don't see any low walls. Could I maybe use this as a step? Can I stand on top of it? No. So I can't use it as a step. So am I missing a tool that's supposed to be on the stage? I didn't see any tools on the stage. So I can switch off the turret, but if I switch off the turret, I can't switch off the gate. If I switch off the gate, I'm just going to walk through there and then get my ass kicked. This is a riddle and a half. I'm assuming I can't walk through there at all without getting killed. There was a way of jumping over these shorter fences that would allow me access. What am I missing?
My child,
Huh?
there is no shame in seeking another path. Leave this mystery for another day.
How dare you? How dare you tell me what to do? You've only been my lord for the last, what, 2 hours? And you're already telling me to give up. How dare you? Oh, okay. Hey, I got it! It counted! I died, but I got it. That's what matters, right? Ah! I did it. Wow. I probably could have gone through there and got it without dying, though. Alright, we got another one over here. A bit tied up. So we have a jammer over here that's not doing anything. We have a couple of jammers over here jamming some stuff, which is easy for us to get out. We just jam that one, take the jammer, jam that, take that jammer. Just kind of... Haha! That's what you get. You deserved every moment of that explosion that went very high in the air. Alright. Jam that. Jam you. Jam you. Use you to jam you. Grab you. Jam you. And take you with me. Aha! 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 I got one of the secret stars. Ooh. If I by thinking smart and thinking ahead. And playing too much anti-chamber. Is that all of them for this area? Boop, boop. Ah, there's another star in this area. Attention, your user profile has now been generated. Download profile. Yes. Registering profile. Congratulations, your new user account has been registered. Would you like to see the details? My psychological profile? You may already be criticizing your own performance, but it's clear you understand how the world of ideas affects you, even if you're sometimes wary with results, realities, and allow your preferences to dictate your beliefs. You have a great deal of unused capacity, which you have not turned to your advantage. Disciplined and self-controlled outside, you tend to be worrisome and insecure inside, but you pride yourself as an independent thinker and do not accept other statements without satisfactory proof. Well, that last bit is pretty, yeah. What are the conflicts? User provided an objective response when asked for a subjective one. User provided a particular account of personhood that was uncomfortable with its implications. User sought to maximize both liberty and quality of life, but those ideals are incompatible. User denied moral authority but defended moral claims. User has inconsistent ideas about value. In other words, I'm a human. I'm very inconsistent. What's my account privileges? Better be admin. Basic account privileges only? During to outstanding notes on your account, and despite displaying many of the characteristics of being a person, you cannot be granted admin status at this time. In the meantime, please enjoy the basic account functionalities. Help me. Oh, I'm sorry I wasn't better able to assist you. If you're still encountering a problem, please describe it. Thank you. A support certificate has been generated and appended to your profile. You will receive a notification when a reply has been sent. Excellent. That's exactly what I wanted. How do I fix this problem? Oh boy. I failed to be identified as a human. And I created a support ticket that just said R. Oh, actually, I have enough bits to open up one of these now. Ha ha ha. You there. Like that, and there we go.
There is much that you may learn in the halls of my temples, for there is much that you do not know. That is why you are a child. But children are made to learn, and in time they come to have dominion over the lands of their home. So it shall be with you and your generations.
All of these statues have no heads. This is really concerning. Level 4.
These worlds, and we within them, are made of words.
Really?
Hidden words, invisible to you, yet part of all things. We are a story. Your actions give life to the story, and the story gives meaning to your life.
You mean kind of like you're kind of saying that you're made up of the words, which means you're made up of what? Script? Computer code? Alrighty. What do we got? Progress report. From Nadia Surabai. Progress report 1. Everything's been moved to the EL facility. I know it's been sad to leave the good old Jeff building behind, but it makes sense for us to be on site, especially as there may be severe power outages in the coming weeks. Arcady's team are already working. You really don't need to worry about the teams getting into each other's way. The facility is genuinely humongous. Let's get this show on the road. Mail error. I'll keep this short. You all know me, so you know that I know what I'm talking about. Realize that you're working projects meant to somehow find a solution. I believe that preserve the non-biological components of, not in terms of immediately. You'll find the details of my proposal and attachment, but the short version is global undertaking. Beginnings. Stratonostragira on beginnings. I'm pretty sure, so the books that you find in these terminals, one dictate the design of the place, and I think also dictates the behavior of Elohim as well. Since everything has to be based off of what data is remaining, there's only like a certain amount of data remaining, so they're doing their best to cope with what little data is remaining in this massive database. Also means that there's not very many AI consciousnesses or whatever it may be. Oh god.
Behold, I am Elohim, and I speak unto the darkness. Be gone. Excess data cleared.
Excess data cleared. Yep, that's how most of us see, you know, special things like that. I always thought when a godlike phenomena appeared that I would then be thinking, how do I clear this excess data? So I see that's going to come in use at some point, because I can see that up there. That is a laser focuser. Here we have our first location. Push it further. So this is supposed to teach you how to use the laser focuser wherever it is. Ah, hello. So here we have the source of the laser, or energy beam, or whatever you want to call it. And here we have our focuser. Point at another target. Ah, I'm being burnt alive. Ah. There we go. I already know that if I want to get the gold star for this level, I'm going to have to come back here. So if it's there, I need red. I think I need to bring it out here, and then it connects. Somehow it's going to connect to that tower over there. So I will point it at that tower. This game's showing off how it's able to stay lag-free on lower end systems is by it unloading models when you're not actually able to see it. Of course, pop in. What am I doing? That was a silly idea. I could go there and just get right there. Okay. Now I just have to find out how to get a red beam over there. Does this level have any view of the tower? Connect it like that. There we go. There we go. Whenever I despair, I remind myself that at the end of this great pilgrimage lies life in the eternal memory of the designer. I need no further motivation. A lifetime spent solving the puzzles in this place would be one which missed everything of value in it. But we must remember that others will tread this path, and we must leave it to better signposted than when we found it. Okay. Has to be a reason for that low wall. It really does. Like, can I see the tower at all? I don't even know where that tower was. Where's that low wall? Low wall is here. Ooh.
The answer that came to me again and again was play. Every human society in recorded history has games. We don't just solve problems out of necessity. We do it for fun. Even as adults. Leave a human being alone with a knotted rope, and they will unravel it. Leave a human being alone with blocks, and they will build something. Games are part of what makes us human. We see the world as a mystery, a puzzle, because we've always been a species of problem solvers.
Above all that, does this place have any view of the tower? I don't think it does. I think it's way too far back. So we have a blue connector. We have a red connector. Okay, so it's the blue one that needs to be moved. Blue. There. Place. There we go. Aha! Red laser. Tower. What did I say? I knew there would be a level that would allow me to do that. and get the star. Ha 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 ha. And then forget which way it is to get out of the level. Smart person I am. Branch it out. So we can already see our target right here. And that's one of the good things about this game, is it encourages you with the target. A lot of the time showing you where the target is. And then you've got to work it out for yourself how to take advantage of the target. Why were they even opening this gate anyway? That was kind of silly of me. Oh well. Sometimes you do things in games and then you're like, the hell did I do that for? I think I've done everything on this level as well. Back to the teleporter, Jeeves. Time to move on to another place, I believe. Oh. Have you tried crossing the laser beams? I did not say that at all. Okay. I don't think I'm going to find anything else in this level. Oh, actually. Where can I go from here? And is there maybe another wall that has this kind of slope bit? Can't jump anywhere over there. Okay, so it must be up to there. Ha 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 ha. Parkour! Crap. I am rubbish at this. Either that or I'm going up the wrong slope. But this just seemed such a convenient place that I had to see if maybe it's somewhere where I needed to go. So I'm pretty sure there is another star somewhere on this level. So maybe keeping an eye out for another slope would be a good idea. Looking around the edges, see if I can find another slope. Because the game devs of this game are sneaky, but their methods are often very clear as well. And we're back to the start. So if I jump onto there, well, I can jump onto this wall. Let's say jump onto there, jump onto there. If I get up onto there, get onto that roof, maybe? Always something I'm not sure of is where they intend me to go. Because This ramp is definitely a marker telling me that I need to climb up here. So, because it's too perfect an incline. Maybe I should try not running. I think I'll come back to this. What level did we finish? Level 4. How many levels are there? I think there's like 7.
There are mysteries in my garden. Hidden roads and secret gates.
Ooh.
If you dedicate yourself to understanding them, you may join the host of messengers.
The host of messengers. That reminds me, I need to unlock this item over here. Oops, just get in there. Yeah. There we go. How's that? Now we have boxes for levels. Otherwise later levels will become unsolvable because I haven't unlocked the item. There we go. Did I get them all? I did, didn't I? Yeah, I even got the secret on that level. Ha! What do we got? It's 8 boxes and lasers. Oh. Elohim, it's kind of raining. Hello? Is it supposed to be raining? Computer? Hi. Also see a voice message over there. Searching for locally case resources. EL. Shot for Extended Lifespan is a groundbreaking initiative by 7 leading universities to create the world's most stable and most durable supercomputer. See, that's what would be storing this whole thing. And yes, of course, brainchild of Nobel Prize nominee Dr. Arkady Chernyshevsky, which is the guy who's created all this. Custom-made hardware, bomb-proof casing, and near inexhaustible hydroelectric power supply. Oops, wrong button. Which is exactly what's powering this whole thing. Imagine that, a supercomputer powered by hydroelectricity. So you're powering an electric device off of water. Good job. Consider issue 199. Profile Alexandra Drennan. Once a true artificial intelligence has been created, the issue of citizenship is going to come up. If we acknowledge that the AI has all the abilities of human brain, should it not be considered a citizen? Is it not, in the legal sense of the word, a person and thus a potential citizen? But where do you draw the line? Some people will object. Will the great apes become citizens? Elephants, whales, the more intelligent parrot species? It's crazy, they will say. I would remind these people that we live in a society in which a corporation, an abstract, an entity, as one could imagine, is considered a person. So it's not like there is no precedent for a non-human being, a person. At least in artificial intelligence is an actual thinking being, not just a business arrangement. But perhaps we need to question the definition of personhood. Increasing amounts of evidence regarding the intelligence of elephants or the existence of culture among whales, for example, could be a sign that we need to answer some difficult questions. Who better to debate these questions with than the young genius who revolutionized the... Good. That's great. More of Athena. Ha ha ha. More more stuff that's shaping this world. Huh. Can it stop raining, please, Elohim? I'm sick of this rain already. Hello? Elohim? Can the rain go away, please? It is terrifying me, and it is very loud.
I was in school when I first read about the Talos principle. I think it disturbed me at the time, made me hyper-aware of my body as a physical object, the material reality of the brain. Ideas that made me uncomfortable at first, but I think in the long run, it helped me understand how frail human beings are, and how precious. It's not a comforting way of thinking about the world, but I'd rather face the truth than lie to myself.
Ah, yes. The elusive raindrop that splashes in midair right in front of you. I swear, it happens all the time. Although I notice it's happening in a perfect timing every time. Anyway. Huh. They are all acting at the same time. Oh. Ah, there's the paint. Ah, yes, that's right. That was from my last time playing this game. Ah, good times, good times. Things to do with boxes. Can it stop raining, please? I prefer to pass these levels without the rain, if possible. A powerful device fashioned by the designer. Oh, what's a hexahedron? So this thing. A cube. The edges are beveled, that makes it a decahedron. You forgot the indents. With the indents, it's like a super polyhedron. But the convex hull is a decahedron. Topic closed. Wrong. It's like an internet forum. You always got these people arguing about something and then someone to come in and be a troll. Alright, gotta get the other cube. Where do I go with this cube? Ah. Hey look! It's putting boxes on switches. Kinda like in Portal. Okay. Nope. Definitely don't need that one. So the idea of the box being there is to put them completely out of sync so you can walk past one of them. Epitaph, child program, codename Apis, terminated here. RIP Apis. Logic, failed random memory test. Final memory dump. I try again, I cannot understand, I'm not enough. Progeny programs are error. Okay. So I want to wait for one to go past so I can go past there. So I don't need it again, do I? Oh, nuts, I do need it. There we go. Oh, good. It's sorted. I got my cube. I'm gonna take it over here. If the designer is perfect and he designed me for a purpose, I must be fit for that purpose. It follows that my purpose must not be to seek and hoard every sigil in his land for so many beyond the faculties he granted me. You're so closed-minded, Faith. All you think about is, we should follow. We should follow. Oh, great and powerful designer. I do not understand why the creator chose to put such flaws into the world that it appears almost as if it were damaged. But I must believe that there is a purpose here I cannot see. So there's a star there. I need to understand how to get in there. Oh, hello, there's a laser requirement over there. So there must be a level with a laser beam that's able to shoot down there, right? Or there might be a way of bringing one of the laser focusers into this level? I will have to come back to that when I've gone to a level that involves lasers. How are we going for time? I'll do a couple more and then I'm going to have to leave. Alright, look, it's a hard level. Red means hard. Huh. It means I'm going to fail a lot. Oh boy. I already don't like the look of this level. Oof. So I need the box. And to get to the box, I need to either disable them in some way or something. I know that sounds very vague what I just said. So oh, I didn't realize that it was able to see directly underneath it. That was kind of silly of me. Didn't realize it was able to do that. Yeah, what the hell? Whew. Ah. It's that gate that I want to open. Okay, that makes it a little bit easier. And then you can go to that. Oh, come on, game. And then we can just go for the prize. There we go. That was easy, right? I think I've discerned some kind of pattern in the sigils. Each colour serves a different purpose. And it's raining again. Elohim has us gathering them all, but perhaps he's being overzealous. Perhaps. Perhaps. But I've just discovered that I've run out of time. So we go back to here. What a wonderful place it is. Ha! I can open up that gate. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, I did that wrong. There we go. That's much better. Yeah, not a single statue with a head.
You have proven yourself worthy, child, and this gate shall be forever open to you.
Ah, yes.
Seek now the other worlds I have given you, that you may attain even greater mastery and bring glory to your kind.
Yes.
But remember, you must not ascend the great tower, for it shall bring death and the end of your generations.
Well then. So each one of these locations are each themed off of a different theme. So A is clearly themed off of Greece. B is themed off of maybe Babylon or Egypt. Something Eastern. Yeah. And then C is going to be... yes, it's going to round off the whole religious thing quite nicely, isn't it? With that being kind of like medieval Europe. And then we shall climb the Great Tower of Babylon and find out what lies up there. And there's nothing that Elohim can do about it. Anyway, that's all the time we have for this stream. Don't forget to like and subscribe to see future videos and or streams. Also make sure to check out that doesn't even work. Also make sure to leave any comments and suggestions in the comments section below on YouTube. Don't forget to follow if you're on Twitch. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, see ya.